Alright guys, in today's video we're going to talk about, do vloggers sugarcoat the way things really are in the Philippines? Just how much of a paradise is this? Stick around, we'll talk about it. Alright guys, you may have saw the video that Maya and I just did. We did a reaction video to a couple who just said that it was all hyped up about vloggers stating how wonderful the Philippines was, and they proceeded to kind of, in their minds, debunk all these things, saying, you know, it was dirty and all these different things. You can check out Maya's channel and see that reaction video we did to it. It's kind of humorous, and I think for the most part people will agree that this couple just were probably stayed in the very worst area and just kind of hyped up how bad it really is. But do vloggers and me myself, do sometimes we overstate just how wonderful the Philippines is? I think, yeah, I think there's a lot of vloggers that do that, and of course it brings views. We want people, right? You know, we're in the business, I guess, of wanting people to watch our channel, and if people think the Philippines is just this horrible place, well, that doesn't create views so much now, does it? Now, when you come out to the Philippines, there are some misconceptions that you will run into. Like, for example, one of the things I think is just how much of a paradise it is. I think people are just expecting that when you land, you know, in the airplane, that you're going to step out and be greeted with white sand beaches and palm trees and coconut trees and beautiful women just falling at your feet. And that just is not the way it is. You have to really kind of get out to the locations to find these little slices of paradise, but they are here. They definitely do exist. There are areas that just have breathtaking beaches and turquoise waters, and are there absolutely stunning women? I think so. I think some of the most beautiful women in the world, personally. Now, is it over exaggerated? Sure, yeah. And I think a lot of people come here and they expect to be greeted just with stunning women everywhere, and they expect them to be falling all over themselves to meet a foreigner. And that also is not true. Now, is it easy to get a date here in the Philippines? Sure, it is. Is it easy to meet the right girl, you know, for a potential long-term relationship? Not always the case. You know, it took me 5 years here before I really found the one that I said, hey, this is the girl I want to settle down with and marry. Now, some people aren't even looking for that, so it may not even be something you're looking for. You may just be looking for an active dating lifestyle, and you can certainly find that here as well. But that is a misconception. I think that a lot of guys will be greeted by girls just falling all over themselves. Even if you're 65 and out of shape or whatever, girls are just falling all over themselves, and I don't think that is the case here. Again, I find the girls here to be some of the most beautiful in the world, and for me personally, I think that's true. But some guys will say, you know, that they like Russian women. They think they're more exotic, or Latin women from Colombia, or Thai women, or, you know, what have you. So it comes down to taste as well. You have to come here and really kind of decide, you know, whether this is the place for you or not. Now, again, don't expect when you land in the plane in Cebu or in Manila that you're going to be greeted by just these beautiful beaches all over the place. That's really not the case. You know, you have to get out, and you got to go to places like Palawan and Bohol and Camigan Island and Boracay and places like that. You just don't, for example, like Dumaguete, we really don't have nice beaches here. We have some beaches that are black sand beaches, but you're not going out there and seeing crystal blue water and beautiful white sand beaches here in the Dumaguete area. In Cebu, you can find a few places, like in Mobile, there's like the white sand, white beach. In Oslo, we have found like a nice little private beach that's just kind of breathtaking. And so even here in Negros, we travel a couple hours away to get to a really nice, just turquoise beach. Doesn't have white sand. It's more of a black sand beach, but the waters are really beautiful and great swimming and everything. So yeah, you got to kind of seek that stuff out. It doesn't just jump out at you. Now, this couple that did a video, they said that it was just dirty and filthy. And again, I think they were just in the wrong area. They were in Manila, and if you go to certain areas, you're gonna find that. But guess what? If you're in the United States, you're gonna find that there. They also stated that there was just homeless people all over. Is that found here? Yeah, absolutely. You'll find kids asking for money, and people here, they call them bajau. They come from a southern Mindanao, and they do, beg for money. But guess what? If you guys haven't seen the news lately in the U.S., San Francisco is turning into quite the homeless area as well, and other parts as well. So yes, we have it in the U.S. and other parts of the country, and the Philippines has it as well. But you can be in areas like Manila, like BGC and Makati and Cebu. You can be in the Mactan and the Cebu Business Park and IT Park, and different areas that are more of the liking for foreigners, I would say. So again, you got to get out and seek out some of these destinations that you are kind of paradise. Now, Maya and I have hiked to these to waterfalls around South Cebu and here and other places that have just been breathtaking. Just the nature would just blow you away. But you got to get out and find it. It isn't there when you land in Manila. And this couple that did this video about all these things that they hated about the Philippines, and what it was like, with heavy traffic and things like that. Well, they rented a car in Manila, probably one of the top busiest cities in the world. Why would you rent a car in Manila? You just take a Grab taxi. Why add to that stress? They didn't get out. They made no mention of going to see any kind of really nature or anything. You can find world-class restaurants for food and stuff here. Now, is the food in the Philippines comparable to like Thailand, even Vietnam, and Italy and other countries? Not really. I mean, to be honest, Filipino food is not known as a top food for it's not known for a top international type cuisine. Most people don't see Filipino restaurants all around the world, but you do see Italian restaurants. You see French restaurants and Greek, and you see Middle Eastern food and Thai and other food like that. But the Philippines, really, you just don't see that. And there's other countries in the world that you just don't see that as well. They are not known for their delectables and their cuisine. And the Philippines, honestly, isn't much different, to be honest. Now, is there a lot of good food? Sure, there is. I love going to the marketplace to get fresh fruits and vegetables here. Just great stuff. You can find great exotic types of fruits and stuff. And but as far as meats and that, we go to the regular grocery store and shop. And this couple also said there's no big stores, there's no Western type stores. That's completely wrong as well. They have these big warehouse stores just like the US, like Sam's and Costco. They have here they're called Landers in SNR, and you'll find them in Davao and Bacolod and Cebu and Manila and Davao and Iloilo and other big cities. And so you can get this stuff. It is available, and world-class restaurants are found here as well. So yeah, so a lot of that stuff, but it just made me think, do vloggers really hype up the Philippines? Yeah, again, I do think they do. I've probably been guilty of it myself, if I'm being honest. But for the most part, you know, if somebody asks me honestly, for me, it's been a life-changing move. You know, I have found peace, I have found tranquility. Are there things that frustrate me, like somehow a lot of times it's unorganized? Sure, it does. Sometimes I look back and say, God, in the U.S. it was like this, and I try not to do that because this is not the U.S., this is the Philippines. And it's just, you got to kind of accept the way things are run, and you know, you're not going to change it. And I have, for the most part. I accept, you know, I mean, where in the U.S. could I get a place like this with a pool and a pretty decent sized house for $600 a month? You're just not going to find that. I mean, my overall cost of living is around $1,200. Now, is that my total expenses or total budget? No, but if I take just my base costs like groceries and rent and electric and internet and water and things like that, you can really live off a pretty low amount here. Now, a lot of people message and say, hey, I've got $900 coming in Social Security. Can I live off of that? Can you live off of that? Well, you can survive off of that. Can you live well? Probably not. Now, if you want to live like a Filipino and really bring down the way you live and you lived in the West, sure, we can. 900 is then all of a sudden a big amount. So bottom line, follow vloggers, you know, will show you places and give you a lot of helpful information sometimes. But when it comes to making a decision, there's really nothing like making a trip out here yourself, checking out multiple areas, and get off the beaten path and explore a little bit. Don't settle down in just one place. Explore. See if you like it. Don't just land in Manila and base your decision off of that. That would be like landing in some place in LA or Chicago or some seedy area in San Francisco and saying, okay, the whole US sucks because of this area. You can't do that. You got to explore a little bit. Be open to hopping around. It's very inexpensive to hop around to different islands. So listen, follow the vloggers, get information from them, but ultimately that final decision, you've got to make it on whether you like a place or you like the people here or you like the nature or the food or whatever. Some people, you know, we're not the same people. You guys are going to have different views, different opinions than we do. But you can get some information and kind of decide, oh, maybe I should check out that place. It looks nice. Or maybe the place doesn't look so nice. You know, maybe I'll avoid that. So again, just food for thought. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. If you haven't checked out the reaction video from Maya's channel, there is a link in the description. Check out my wife's channel and see the reaction video we did together. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Take it real.